Welcome to Story Path English. Do you want to speak English naturally? To feel confident when you talk to people? To understand conversations and share your thoughts like a native speaker? I'm here to help you. My name is Emma, and I'm your guide. Today, I'm going to tell you a story. A story about learning English. About finding confidence. And speaking naturally. This story is simple. It's fun. And it's full of tips you can use right now. So stay with me. Let's start this journey together. My name is Emma. I'm 22 years old. And I live in a small town in California. I love meeting people, watching movies, and dreaming about traveling the world. But there's one thing I've always wanted: to speak English naturally, to feel confident when I talk, to sound like the people I hear in movies or on podcasts. I know some English, of course. I learned it in school. I can say, hello, thank you, how are you? But when I try to have a real conversation, my heart races. My words, they get stuck. I worry about making mistakes. I want to talk to people from other countries, to hear their stories, and share my own. I want to order food in a restaurant without feeling shy. I want to watch English shows without subtitles. I want to feel English, not just study it. One day, I'm sitting in my room, scrolling through YouTube. I find a video of a woman traveling in London. She's speaking English so fast, so confidently. I watch her and I think, I want to speak like that. That's when I decide, it's time to take my English to the next level. I want to speak naturally. I want to feel confident. I want to live in English. The next day, I find something exciting. A language club in my town. It's called Talk Easy English. People from all over the world come to practice speaking. I'm nervous. But I tell myself, Emma, you can do this. So I sign up. On the first day, I walk into the club. My heart, it's beating so fast. There are 10 people in the room. They're from Japan, Mexico, India, Germany, and more. The leader, her name is Sarah. She's from New York. And she has a big, warm smile. She says, welcome, everyone. English, it's not just a language. It's a way to connect with the world. Then she asks, why do you want to learn English? A man from Japan, Kenji, says, I want to work in an international company. A woman from Mexico, Maria, says, I want to travel and make friends. A student from India, Priya, says, I want to understand English songs and movies. I raise my hand, and my voice shakes a little. I want to speak naturally, like a native speaker. I want to feel confident. Sarah nods. Those are amazing reasons, she says. English is everywhere. In music, movies, airports, workplaces. It's a tool to open doors. She smiles. In this club, we won't focus on boring grammar or long vocabulary lists. We'll focus on speaking, listening, and feeling good about English. We play a game to introduce ourselves. We sit in a circle. We say our names, where we're from, and one thing we love. I say, "Hi, I'm Emma from California. I love hiking." Kenji says, "I'm Kenji from Japan. I love sushi." Maria says, "I'm Maria from Mexico. I love dancing." It's simple, but it feels good to speak. I'm nervous, but I try. No one laughs. Everyone smiles. After the club, I walk to a coffee shop. I hear two tourists speaking English. They're asking for directions. I listen carefully, and I understand some words. Train station. Left. 2 blocks. I smile. I'm starting to understand real English. That night, I open my journal. I write, "Today, I took my first step." English isn't just a school subject. It's a way to connect with people. I'm ready to learn. It's Tuesday, and I'm back at the Talk Easy English Club. I'm excited to see everyone again. Sarah starts the lesson with a question. "What's the hardest part of speaking English for you?" Maria raises her hand. "I don't know enough words," she says. "I want to say something, but the right word, it doesn't come." I nod. I feel the same way. Sometimes, I know what I want to say in my head, but the English words, they're not there. Sarah smiles. "That's a great question, Maria," she says. "Here's the good news. You don't need thousands of words to speak English well. You just need the right words. And you need to use them naturally." She walks to the board and writes one word. Context. "The best way to learn words," she says, "is to see them in context. Don't memorize long lists. Instead, read stories. Watch videos. Listen to conversations. When you see a word in a sentence, your brain remembers it better." Sarah gives us a short story to read. It's about a boy who goes camping. The story is easy, with simple words, like tent, forest, and campfire. I read it, and I understand most of it. There's one new word. Hike. I don't know it, so I look it up. It means walking in nature, just like what I love to do. I keep reading, and I see hike again. Now, I remember it. Sarah says, "When you see a new word, don't stop to write it down. Just look it up quickly, and keep going. Your brain will learn the word if you see it again and again." Try reading for 20 minutes every day. Choose something easy and fun. After the club, I go to the library. I find a section with easy English books. I pick one about a girl who travels to New York. It's simple, and I know most of the words. I read for 20 minutes. Just like Sarah said. I find 3 new words. Subway, skyscraper, and busy. I look them up and keep reading. It feels good to understand the story. The next day, I'm walking to the grocery store. I hear a woman on her phone. She says, "I'm on the subway. It's so busy." I smile, because I know those words now. I feel like I'm part of the English world. At the store, I talk to the cashier. I say, Can you make it quick? I'm in a hurry. She smiles and says, Sure thing. I understand her. And she understands me. I don't know every word, but I use the words I know. And it works. That night, I open my journal. I write. Learning new words is easier when I read. I don't need to memorize lists. I just need to see words in stories and use them in real life. If you want to learn new words, try this. Read something easy every day. Choose a story you like. Look up new words quickly. But don't stop. The more you read, the more words you'll know. And soon, you'll use those words naturally. When you speak. It's Wednesday. And I'm back at the club. Today, Priya asks a question. I want to sound like a native speaker, she says. My pronunciation, it's okay. But sometimes, people don't understand me. How can I improve? Sarah writes a word on the board. Shadowing. Shadowing, she says, is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation. It's simple. You listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say. Right after they say it, you copy their sounds, their rhythm, their tone. She plays a short video of a woman talking about her day. The woman says, Good morning. I'm going to the park today. Sarah pauses the video and says, Now, repeat after her. We all say, Good morning. I'm going to the park today. It feels strange at first, but it's fun. We try it again. And my voice. It sounds a little closer to the woman's. Sarah explains. When you shadow, your mouth learns how to move like a native speaker's. Your tongue, your lips, your voice. They all get better. Try shadowing for 10 minutes a day. Find a video or podcast with clear, slow English. After the club, I go home and try shadowing. I find a YouTube video about baking cookies. The woman speaks slowly and clearly. She says, First, mix the sugar and butter. I repeat. First, mix the sugar and butter. I do this for 10 minutes. Copying her voice. My mouth feels different. But I like it. The next day, I'm at the park with my friend Lisa. She's from Canada and speaks English fluently. I try my new pronunciation. I say, It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Lisa smiles and says, Wow, Emma. Your English sounds so clear. I feel proud. At the club, the next week, Sarah gives us another tip. Pay attention to stress and intonation, she says. In English, we stress certain words in a sentence. For example, listen to this. I love to hike in the mountains. The words love and mountains. They're stronger. Try it. We practice stressing words. I say, I want to speak English well. It sounds more natural. Sarah claps. That's it, Emma. You're starting to sound like a native. That night, I write in my journal. Shadowing helps my pronunciation. Stressing words makes me sound natural. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to practice. If you want to sound like a native speaker, Try shadowing. Find a video or podcast and repeat what you hear. Practice for 10 minutes a day. Pay attention to stress and intonation. Your English will start to sound natural and clear. It's Thursday, and I'm feeling more confident. At the club, Kenji raises his hand. I want to speak English, he says. But I'm afraid of making mistakes. What if people laugh at me? Sarah smiles. That's a common fear, Kenji, she says. But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of learning. Native speakers don't expect you to be perfect. They just want to understand you. The more you speak, the better you get. She writes on the board. Speak every day. The best way to speak confidently, she says, is to practice every day. Don't wait until you know all the words or all the grammar. Use the words you know. Speak in simple sentences. The more you speak, the less you'll fear mistakes. We do a speaking activity in pairs. My partner is Priya. We ask each other questions. What's your favorite food? Do you like to travel? I say, my favorite food is pizza. I love to travel to the beach. Priya says, I like curry. I want to visit London. We laugh. And we make mistakes. But it's okay. No one judges us. Sarah gives us another tip. Practice speaking alone, she says. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Describe your day. Say what you like or what you did. It builds confidence. After the club, I try this at home. I stand in front of my mirror and say, Hi, I'm Emma. Today, I went to the language club. I learned about speaking. I made a new friend. I feel silly at first, but then I smile. My voice, it sounds clear. I'm speaking English. At the coffee shop where I work part-time, I try speaking more. A customer says, Can I have a latte? I say, Sure, would you like it hot or iced? He says, Hot, please. I make the latte and say, Here you go. Enjoy. It's a short conversation, but I feel confident. I made no mistakes. And even if I did, it wouldn't matter. The next day, I meet a new person at the club. Her name is Aisha, and she's from Egypt. She's shy and doesn't speak much. I say, Hi, Aisha. I'm Emma. Do you like movies? She smiles and says, Yes. I like action movies. We talk for a few minutes. I use simple words, and she understands me. I feel good because I'm helping her feel comfortable. That night, I write in my journal. Speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about trying. Mistakes are okay. The more I speak, the more confident I feel. If you want to speak without fear, start small. Speak to yourself in the mirror. Use simple sentences with friends or at work. Don't worry about mistakes. Every time you speak, you get better. You get stronger. You get more confident. It's Friday, and I'm excited for another club meeting. Today, Maria asks a question. How can I understand people? When they speak English, she says. They talk so fast. And I get lost. Sarah nods. Listening, it's hard at first, she says. But it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. She writes on the board. Listen every day. If you want to understand English, she says. Listen to it every day. Choose something easy. Like a podcast or a video for learners. Don't try to understand every word. Just get the main idea. She plays a short podcast about a woman who loves gardening. The woman speaks slowly. She says, I plant flowers in my garden every spring. We listen once. Then Sarah says, listen again. What did you hear? I say, she plants flowers in spring. Sarah claps. Exactly, she says. You don't need to understand everything. Just catch the important parts. Sarah gives us a tip. Use subtitles at first, she says. Watch a video with English subtitles. Then watch it again without subtitles. Try to repeat what you hear. This helps your ears and your mouth work together. After the club, I find a YouTube channel called Easy English Stories. I watch a video about a man who visits a zoo. The words are simple, and there are subtitles. I watch it twice with subtitles, then once without. I understand about 80% of it. I try shadowing some sentences. The lion is big. The monkey is funny. It's fun. And I feel like I'm learning. At work, I listen to customers more carefully. One woman says, can you make it quick? I'm late for a meeting. I understand her clearly. I say, no problem. I'll be fast. She smiles and says, thanks. I'm starting to understand real conversations. That night, I write in my journal. Listening every day helps me understand more. I don't need to catch every word. I just need to keep listening and practicing. If you want to understand English, listen to something easy every day. Use subtitles at first. Then try without. Repeat what you hear. Your ears will get better. And soon, you'll understand real people in real life. It's Monday, and something amazing happens. Last night, I had a dream. And in my dream, I was speaking English. I was talking to a customer at the coffee shop. And I didn't translate in my head. I just spoke. When I wake up, I feel excited. Is my brain starting to think in English? At the club, Sarah says, today we're talking about thinking in English. If you want to speak naturally, you need to stop translating from your native language. You need to think in English. She writes on the board. Small steps. Start with small things, she says. Describe what you see in English. Plan your day in English. Ask yourself questions in English. For example, say, I'm hungry. What will I eat? Don't translate. Just use the English words you know. We do an activity. Sarah says, look around the room. Describe one thing in English. I say, the table is brown. It's big, Kenji says. The window is open. It's sunny outside. It's simple, but it feels good to think in English. Sarah gives us another tip. Talk to yourself in English when you're alone, she says. When you're walking, cooking, or getting ready. Describe what you're doing. Say, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm putting on my shoes. It trains your brain to think in English. After the club, I try this. I'm walking home. And I think. The sky is clear. The birds are singing. I don't translate into my native language. I just use English. At home, I cook dinner and say to myself, I'm cutting vegetables. I'm boiling water. It feels natural. The next day, I'm at work. A customer asks, do you have any vegan options? I don't pause to translate. I say, yes, we have a vegan muffin and a smoothie. The words, they come out easily. I'm thinking in English. That night, I write in my journal. Thinking in English makes speaking easier. I don't need to translate anymore. I just need to practice. Small things every day. If you want to think in English, start with simple sentences. Describe what you see or do. Ask yourself questions in English. With practice, your brain will switch to English, and speaking will feel natural. It's Tuesday, and I'm starting to feel like a real English speaker. At the club, Sarah says, confidence comes from practice. The more you use English, the more confident you'll feel. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Speak now, even if it's not perfect. We do a role-play activity. Sarah gives us a scenario. We're at a restaurant, and we need to order food. I'm paired with Aisha. I say, hi, I'd like a salad and a lemonade, please. Aisha says, can I have a burger with no cheese? We laugh because we both make small mistakes, but it's fun. Sarah says, great job. You're speaking naturally. She gives us a challenge. This week, she says, try speaking English in a real situation. Talk to a cashier, a neighbor, or a friend. Use simple sentences. See how it feels. The next day, I go to a bookstore. I ask the clerk, do you have any easy English books? She says, yes, we have a great section for learners. I understand her, and we talk for a few minutes. I buy a book and say, thank you so much. I feel confident and happy. At work, I talk to more customers. One man says, this coffee is great. I say, I'm glad you like it. Do you come here often? We chat for a minute, and I don't feel nervous. I'm using English naturally. That night, I write in my journal. Speaking English in real life builds confidence. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to try. And every time I speak, I feel stronger. If you want to build confidence, speak English every day. Try small conversations. At the store. With friends. or even with yourself. Each time you speak, you'll feel more comfortable and confident. It's the last day of the Talk Easy English Club. I'm a little sad, but I'm also excited. I've learned so much in these weeks. I can speak. I can listen. I can think in English. I'm not perfect, but I'm confident. Sarah says, this is not the end of your English journey. It's the beginning. English is not just something you learn in a class. It's something you live. Use English every day, and you'll keep improving. She gives us ideas to keep going. Read one page of an English book every day. Listen to an English podcast or song. Write a short note in English about your day. Speak to someone in English, even if it's just one sentence. Join an online English group to practice. After the club, we take a group photo. I say goodbye to Kenji, Maria, Priya, and Aisha. We promise to stay in touch and practice English together online. That evening, I read a chapter from my new book. It's about a detective solving a mystery. I understand most of it, and I feel proud. I write in my journal. Today was the last day of the club, but I won't stop. I'll read, listen, and speak English every day. English is part of my life now. The next week, I join an online English group. We meet on Zoom and talk about movies, food, and travel. I make a new friend from Brazil named Lucas. We send each other voice messages in English. It's fun, and I learn new words every time. At work, I help a new employee named Sophia. She's from Italy and learning English. I say, "Don't worry, Sophia. I was nervous too, but you'll get better. Just practice." She smiles, and we practice English together while making coffee. One day, I'm walking in the park. A tourist asks me for directions. I say, "Sure, the museum is 2 blocks that way." We talk for a few minutes, and I realize I'm speaking naturally, without thinking too much. I feel like an English speaker. That night, I write in my journal. English is not just a language. It's my way to connect with the world. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm confident, and I'll keep going. Thank you for joining me on this journey with StoryPath English. Now you know how to speak English naturally and confidently. Here are the key tips from Emma's story. Learn new words by reading easy stories and seeing them in context. Improve your pronunciation by shadowing native speakers. Speak every day, even if you make mistakes. Listen to easy English, audio or videos, to train your ears. Think in English by describing things or planning your day. Make English part of your life by reading, listening, and speaking daily. English is not just a subject. It's a way to connect with people, to share your ideas, to explore the world. Start small. Practice every day. And don't be afraid of mistakes. You can do this. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to StoryPath English. I'll share more stories and tips to help you learn English. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you'll do today to practice English? See you in the next believed video. Bye.